Hello developers, and welcome to ApiFlow YouTube channel. So we continue our task management application development, and we learn how to build applications in FlutterFlow using backend in Google Spreadsheets, using ApiFlow connector platform as universal API connector. So we already created our project for FlutterFlow and Google Sheets integration. We built drag and drop tasks management board. And today I want to discuss very important topic related to API errors handling. Let me show something. If you remember from previous video, we created a page where we can create a new project. I modified it a little bit, but in general, it stays same as before. And for example, we don't have any form validation here, and we don't provide any project title, and just click create project. So as you can see, like it waited and nothing happened. So, and we want to say something for our user that you must correct and must provide project title at that point. So let's see how to do it, and let's see how in general we can handle any API errors that is returned by our APIs, our connected services. So as you remember, we connected Google Spreadsheet to open API definitions that we downloaded from ApiFlow, and we use create new sheet action to send data into our Google Spreadsheet and to create a new tab in Google document. And when we send empty title, it actually don't create a new tab because Google Sheets do not allow us to create a worksheet without name. So what happened in that case? When we send request without title provided, ApiFlow will return formatted error to us. And as you can see, we have error code, error description, and error fix fields there. So you also can find more like almost full list of potential errors inside your project at additional info tab, and it will describe typical errors list. You can check here about what errors can be returned by this particular integration because it's count what service you connect and will provide you a list of potential errors. So as you can see in this case, ApiFlow returned to us worksheet title is missing, and it have error code Google Sheets title missing. It's full ApiFlow built-in features, so you don't need to configure anything. We will automatically handle this and return as much accurate error as possible and describe potential fix for it. But let's continue and try to handle this error in our application. So what we will do, we go to create project page, and we have here, I already put it here, but it's hidden, some error label. And I want to show error here when it occur during our API call. So to do this, I will create a new page state field, new page state variable, and we'll call it error message. And it will be string type, and I will put empty string as initial value. So it will not display any real value, any real label, but somehow Flutter doesn't like when I put a nullable variable in page state. So usually I put just space if I don't need anything to be displayed. I don't know why, maybe it will be changed later, but for now, it's how it works. So I also bind text property of my label to error message from state. And now when I click create project, when I click create project, I want to handle two things. I want to reset initial value of my variable, so it will be not it will be empty when request starts. So I update page state, error message, reset value. And I want to handle this false condition if new project, which is actually create new sheet, will fail. I want to update my page state and put and set error message to values that will be returned from API call. But at this stage, we need to do something extra and go to data types and create error data type. I prefer to work with data types, so let's create a new data type to parse our result, parse our error. I want to have two fields, error and error code fields here. So I have error and error code, and I have error data type. And now I go back to my action. And now when I set value, I want to get action output, new project, JSON body, to data type, error, use data structure field, error. And we will bind it to page state. Let's check how it works. So we created a page state variable error message, bound this text label to it, and now when we click create project, and if something went wrong, we will parse that error response and init our page state, and this will show our error label in UI. Let's check how it works. So project is running now, application running, and we create a new project and we don't put any title. And when we click create project, as you can see, it shows us label worksheet title is missing. Okay, great. Now we see error, but it like not very user friendly. What is worksheet? Why it's worksheet? And in our case, it's project title. And we want to, for example, to replace error that is by default returned from API flow. So how we can do this? As you remember, we have this field called code in our or error code in our API response. So we can get some specific code and use it to recognize specific type of errors. In this case, it's Google Sheet title missing. So let's copy it and we will go to create project actions flow. And what we want to do, we want to update this part to work differently. So we want to recognize our returned code with condition, and we will put simple condition. First value will be our action output, new project, API response options, JSON body, to data type, error data type, data structure field, error code, equal to just our values that we copied. And then we want to show incorrect project title. label. But if something returned something else, for example, this is other error, it's not error that is related to project title, we will use same approach as before and just will select error and put it into our field. So let's see how it works now. I will reload our application. So now when we create project and we leave project title empty, click create project and it shows readable error, incorrect project title. So it's context specific error. You can manage and react to different error codes returned from API flow. You can see potential explanation how to fix it. If you sometimes you also can face different errors in development. For example, you forgot to provide write access to file and you received this error. It will explain to you how to fix it, that you need to share document for write access and etc. and etc. So you need to consider different situations when potentially your API request will fail, and this technique will allow you to handle errors returned from API gateway, from API flow. In next videos, I will explain how to pre-validate data using FlutterFlow, and we will build a screen to create a new task, and also I will show something extra. So stay tuned, stay in touch, and thank you for your attention. Have a nice day.